Okay, friends. I haven't made any videos for a little while because I've been waiting and I've been thinking a lot. Okay? Trying to really think it through so that it makes sense. I'm going to show you a stone and then I'm going to tell you the latest thoughts that have come to me as to why these ruins were discovered a long time ago and what led to them being suppressed, and that slowly it's just become more and more of a scandal. Okay, so where I am right now, okay, I'm just gonna try to see over my shoulder there. No, just wait. It's kind of hard for me to look. So just behind me, kind of maybe there. Let me look. Yeah, there. Sort of that spot there. Okay, is one of the monoliths that cuts through on an angle, so it catches this corner of the oxbow. Okay, so this stone I'm going to show you is where I found, and it's quite buried into the ground. Now this is not the other rectangular stone that is more deep in the water, okay? And the river is still not broken. This is just water flowing. It's going to break soon and then we'll be able to go across, but then all of this shore will be covered with ice and mud and I won't be able to see these stones. So I thought, oh, I'll come over here and take pictures and try to identify, and then when we're able to go across, see if anything matches. Okay, so this stone is something. So I'm just going to turn my camera so you can see the stone. All right, can you see the stone? Where's the stone? Okay, I think there you can see it. Yeah. All right. Okay, so first of all, look at this square right here and the color. And to me, it looks like, this again is a cement. And this is like, perhaps they had a big brick. You know, maybe they made a lot of brick. Because all the stuff with the mud flood theory and Tartaria, they said that they used a lot of brick. Okay, so I did make a fire here because it was covered and I could hardly see. So this is a little bit of the char, but when the river breaks, the ice will scrape this very, very clean. Okay, so I'm seeing these squares, okay, these square bits. Okay, square bits. Okay? So this color, this sandy sandstone, so that one here, this one here, that is incredible to me, okay? So this stone now, if I was to sit on this stone, okay, I would be lined up with that monolith that cuts through what I'm saying on an angle, which I think all these, a lot of this rubble and everything is from it. And even the way the bank is on that side, it's not sloughing and shedding or eroding at all the same. So that's, there's all these little things we got to look at. So I also found another stone that is small enough for me to bring home, that I found quite a few now like this. And it's like totally full of crystals. Like really, sand, yes, but crystal. So that's, to me, piezo crystal, crystals under pressure create electricity. So I'm taking this stone home. So I'm thinking, okay, so now my theory on what happened. Okay, this is what I think. So historically, the Crown came to the Northwest Territories it was the last treaties to negotiate with the First Nations people. And in reading the story, they said one of the reasons they delayed, the Crown delayed, and then, of course, the federal government, was because the Industrial Revolution was just coming and fossil fuels hadn't been discovered. And so at that time, the primary resources they were still after were trees and agricultural land. And they assessed that the North would never be viable for agriculture or meaningful logging. So they thought, oh, it doesn't matter if we sign a treaty with the Dene. But then fossil fuels, gas, fossil fuel exploration. And so then they wanted to be able to come to the north to explore for fossil fuels. And of course, once fossil fuels were, and the machinery, then immediately mining, the potential for large-scale mining immediately happens, because then the fuel supports the machines, which of course they also wanted to be able to do. So the purpose of the treaties was so they could capitalize on extraction for this brand new industrial revolution, which was going to facilitate mining and gas exploration. And so then what I think happened, but remember, that's still in the early days, and they came up here, and I do not know when they discovered Pine Point. So that would be really interesting to know when the geologists of the day discovered that there might be valuable ore there. Okay, so remember, the Wood Buffalo Park was formed in 1922. Now, I should be able to remember this, but for some reason, I think there was a treaty and then an amendment or an extension, but it's the early 1900s, either 1890 or to 1910, between that 20-year period. I'd have to look it up again. Okay, and then, boom, I say the drillers came, taking core samples and stuff, and I say that's when they found the first evidence that there was some kind of ruins here. But because they had just gone through this work of signing the treaties, and now they were implementing the residential schools to assimilate the Dene in the north, and they were just hot and bothered about all this industry and the fossil fuels and the mining, the last thing, and they got, the Dene all segregated into their little villages and everything, and getting them settled and all that, attempting all what they were doing. The last thing they needed was some unexpected archaeological discovery. And maybe because, I don't even think they had no planes in a meaningful way. Whatever they found, they just looked at each other and went, you notice that? I didn't see that. Did you see that? No, it's just like a normal rock to me. We didn't see nothing. Yeah, they did. And then the feds, this is how the feds are incriminated, is because they made the park. And I am telling you, that Wood Buffalo National Park was not to save the buffalo, even though it's hopefully doing that. It was to conceal these ruins. And then what happened, as time went on and the technology advanced, okay, then they were able to actually mine in Pine Point. And I say by that time they knew Pine Point was part of it. So now you see they keep getting in deeper and deeper with the greed, because now they'd found something and now they wanted it, okay? So then in 1966, and then that's why the Winter Road and all of that, they changed it and put it on this side, because they now every time, they cut those roads through, and then they find more and they find more, and the problem keeps getting bigger. The site is bigger and bigger. And that is why they came here to this property in 1966 and built that road to excavate and remove the evidence that was showing obviously on this property, because people were going to be moving here now, and there was this mine opening up, and there'd be too many eyes. Yep. Because they were in too deep. They were in too deep because of the scandal, because of what they have done. But now it is time for it to come, because now is the time for real justice, because we really are at the precipice, and it is time for us to rise up in our intelligence and make way better choices, and realize that we have the capacity to evolve to expand, to develop more in ways that are yet to be explored. And I think true community, people coming together, motivated from an authentic desire to be together, not because we've been forced into these cities and towns because of our dependency and our vulnerability, and we don't know how to feed ourselves anymore. We don't know how to do anything. We don't know how to build. We don't know how to live. So we're forced into this artificial cooperation, okay, which is suppressing our soul, in my opinion, our spiritual expansion of the essence of the miracle of what we really are. But we can actually tap into a power that is creative. God, we call God in the olden days, we'll call the quantum field today, but it's real. It is real. It is an orderly intelligence that is forever flowing in the direction of life, greater life, nurturing life. And that's why I believe everything has come together in the synchronistic way for these ruins to be discovered at this time. Because we don't need to, that's just it. We can let it go and go extinct. Just like I believe that these ruins are pre-glacier from a much larger mammalian humanoid, which we would call the giants or the titans. Maybe they started out like titans, and that's what this is going to be. So it's proof. It's proof. These ruins are proof that Gaia can spit out anybody. And for some reason, maybe they pushed the envelope too. Maybe they were pushing too hard in their technologies and they went too far and they tipped the ecosystem or something. Who knows? Maybe we'll find out. But it's proof that we must, in my opinion, this will be proof that our choices matter and we can choose to participate with the planetary ecosystem. And we can be a steward of life. And we can help heal the planet. I know we can heal the planet, okay? Like I will tell you guys, we can use animals, grazing animals, and this has been worked out. It's been figured out. It's even been calculated that if we convert to this, okay, it would take 40 years. That's it. And we would stabilize CO2, regreen the planet, which is the most important thing. And I think the environment will just stabilize itself. But all of these things. Yeah, now I think we need something really big like the discovery of these ruins to help us realize we can do it and break this grip that the bad AI has on our intelligence, our consciousness, feeding us this very narrow, restrictive narrative. Okay, what's on TV is technically not real. We are trusting that it is true. But what is viably true? What is true for me? I can touch this stone. Okay, this stone is real for me. It's not real for you because you're watching me on this, but it is real for me, and all of us can do this. We can connect with authentic reality through nature. What is real? What am I experiencing? Let that be real, because what I have been experiencing, I have been getting messages through the natural world. And I believe now, and I've said it in my other videos, this is how God, our Creator, can communicate to us. Just like the Dene teach. They teach that the Spirit is in all things. That does not contradict the Bible at all. At all. In fact, I believe scripture in Jeremiah, I think chapter 31, is being fulfilled now. And we're coming into the time of the law being written on the hearts of man. I believe we're here. I believe it's happening. I really do. And it is something special and beautiful. Okay. So I think that's why the ruins were suppressed. Oh, and why the Satanists came. Because they are attracted to where there is very, very situations that can be easily exploited. So they're attracted to, because they want to become God, okay, in the physical. That's what they're trying to do, okay? They don't want to be part of a collective or anything. It's just pure service to self, okay? And so they are in governmental positions and everywhere, okay? So they would have found out. They would be involved in the fossil fuel. And wherever there is the potential to make grotesque amount of money, they will be there. So then here what happened is this exploration started happening. They found out these ruins were here. Yeah. And that's why I say that they've been attracted. Because of course they have their twisted shit that they do, okay, but they also know about some of this ancient technology and consciousness and manifestation and this stuff. They know about it, but they are using it parasitically for pure selfish, an end game, okay? It's an end game. They're parasites. They're going to kill the host. They die too. Wake up. Everyone has to wake up. And what we have to create is balance. Balance. And they have to stop. So that's how I believe it's all connected. Okay, so I hope that makes sense to people. Because I know I'm not crazy. And I know it's real. I went across there. I went there. It is so real. The vegetation's telling. Everything's telling. The rocks are telling. Yeah. Yeah, so as soon as this river breaks, and then the ice clears, and I can get my boat, we'll go for a little hike. And whoever wants to come with me, find me on Facebook, Jackie Milne, and friend me, and send me a message, and I'll let you know when I'm going to go across for a little walkabout in the forest. Okay, friends. Bye-bye.